All right, everybody. Let's see what we got. Got it. All right, let me get my editing in. Appreciate you guys hopping on and watching or catching the replay. I've got card today. I was designing for my class this weekend, and I'm making a couple of different cards for a different group. And I had an aha moment, so I thought that I would hop on tonight with that aha moment that I had and show you guys how you can do, got all the same supplies, but I'm going to do two different designs of the card so that, you know, the girls can decide which way they want to make it. I'm going to save that. I think I'm good. Back out. Okay, I'm back to where I need to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Mom. All right, so now I think I'm ready to go. Christy's on. Hi, Christy. I think I'm ready. I don't know what's going on. You guys will notice again this week, I'm not late on my newsletter. I didn't do it. I got, I'm gonna say sidetracked, you know, always squirrel. I started it Monday, and so I could probably sit down when we're done here and crank it out the rest of the way, but I didn't really have any projects to add in there this week. Last week I was busy, and then I went up north, and then I didn't have any extra projects except for my Wednesday live. Today, instead of finishing that up, I'm getting this visit that ready because I was still busy this week. So I was getting my video ready and the cards for Sunday class. I still have room in the class. I've got a few people coming for like the stamp and stack kind of thing. So I'm making a few different cards because I just took it away. The putsy one, the accordion fold one, some of the people didn't want to do that. So I'm making up some other cards so that they're getting their money's worth as well in their own special way. What do we got? Catalogs. New mini catalog is out. The World Card Making Day is on October 7th. If you go to my online store, What's New, and the new arrivals, you're going to see, I think it's called Heartfelt Hexagon. I put it in my newsletter with a picture. You're going to see that that is new. That's going to be in an upcoming catalog. I believe it'll be in the January to, when does that end? Usually May catalog. But they're introducing it now for World Card Making Day. Some of the projects that they're going to do will use that. Next week I'll have it all printed off and then I can hold it up and show you, but it looks really cool. It's a really neat punch. It's a punch and a pretty much all words stamp set, but there is some border for the punch and some little greenery that you could do things with. And I'm going to say that's it. There's a new kit collection out. The paper pumpkin kit for October is Christmas, and it looks really cute. It's some glittery houses, but you guys don't need to hear all that. You are here for the projects, not for all the other stuff. So let's get to it. But before I get to it, I just got to think, I know that there's something I'm supposed to be telling you guys. Sunday, class is Sunday, and I had spots available. Message me, call me, email me, text me if you want to come. I did get one, possibly two people today that want to come for the projects. So we're going to have a few more than normal, which is great. Love it. I think that's it. If you've got any questions, if you go to order and you see that it's unavailable, you can also call, text, email, message me. And I can tell you when they're estimating that it'll be back in stock. And you guys probably saw all my added posts. I am doing a Stampin' Up challenge thing that came out of backstage. There's 5,000 people in the challenge group. So if even half of them are doing it, there's 2,500 people out there that are really stepping up their posts and their challenge, like this or that's, and win this and whatnot. So if any of you follow numerous different demonstrators, you're probably seeing a lot of activity. So I'm hoping that that's what's happening to me. I'm hoping lots more people are seeing me, clicking on me, engaging with me, following me, and that will help us grow. And then maybe eventually we can grow the Green Thumb Stampers team a little bit more. But for now, we're just hoping that you're watching. I'm going to turn my computer down. And my lighting looks really weird today, you guys. So I got an extra light going, but I don't know if it's overcast outside, I think. So that might be what I got going on. But let me, oh Lord. I don't even know if could you even see me there? Yeah, I guess you could see me. I had it pinned. I had my desktop pinned, so I'm hoping that I don't spotlight. I'm gonna spotlight it for everybody. So we've got, and if you want to comment on my videos, I know that you have to be logged into your YouTube account. So if you have a YouTube account, then you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then that will let you know when I post new stuff out there. It's kind of like following me on Facebook, to let you know more about when I'm doing stuff on there. You have to subscribe to my channel. So that's kind of how that works. Oh, I don't see Dawn on yet. I don't know if I'm frozen or just you. It's just Mama Christie. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. We've turned our spotlight down. All right. Today I made, gotta move some of my stuff out of the way, this card. Okay. I'm trying not to use too much of the Earthen Elements either, because for the other group of people, just because I only have the one set and sharing might get a little harder. So I'm just trying to make them some cards that aren't going to also require them to do a lot of die cutting and stuff like the card club girls like to do. So I came up with this design, and it's just all stamping. I thought that they would like some extra stamping going on. So I created this card, and it starts with a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, scored it 5 1/2, or just fold it in half. Then I have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Pebbled Path. I'm going to glue that on. Probably should have showed you the stamp set, shouldn't I? Let me get that out here. I guess you'll see it when I get there. It'll just be a second before I'm there. And then I have the Earthen Elegance paper. This is what's on this side of it. It's kind of a, I'm assuming it's Pebbled Path. It's kind of a, almost a greenish. I don't even know what color you'd call it. It's not an army green, but it's kind of got a greenish hue to it. But I thought it was kind of gray, brown. Mike called it green. And this one is 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to glue that on the front. Then on the inside, I again have a 5 1/4 by 4" piece of Pebbled Path. And this was a last, I'll show you why, a little bit of a last thought here. So you don't really have to have this piece on the inside if you don't want to use the extra paper. It looks just nice without it. And then I have the same 5 by 3 3/4" piece of basic white. Oh, Patty's on. Hi, Patty. Put that down. Okay, so now there, I just got the inside. I'm not going to stamp anything. And there's the outside. Then I have a 2 1/4 by 4 1/4" piece of Pebbled Path and a 2 by 4" piece of the basic white. We will use lots of inks on this one. I've got Moody Mauve, Boho Blue, Pebbled Path, and Gray Granite. Oops. That we'll use for this one. And we will use the Wavy Trim that comes in the Earthen Elegance suite. And I'm not using dies on this card, but this is the stamp set for Earthen Textures. I think I want to keep calling it Earthen Elements, so I apologize if I do. I don't know why. And I'm going to pull in my white. Let me get this random piece of scrap paper that I got here. We're going to do the pot, this pot. Let's see if I can get it over by the light for a better look. We're going to use the rounded pot, smaller, squattier one. And we're going to stamp that in Pebbled Path. Oh, Kathy's on too. Hey, girls, I thought Reedy would hop on to try and tell you guys about her trip to Prague and Germany. But I guess not. I just talked to her a minute ago, told her I had to go for a video. I thought she'd hop on, but she's back. She might be going to sleep. She got back yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to do the pot with Pebbled Path. I'm not going to clean it. I'm just going to set them out of the way because I will use it for the next card. Because as I said, these two cards are going to use the exact same items. Then I have a Post-it note that I'm going to stick up here close to the pot so that I can protect the pot from getting the stems in it. I don't want it to over stamp, and these stems are really quite long on this stamp set. So I'm going to do these background, 2 of these flouncy weeds. Tried to zoom in and now I don't know how much space I gave myself to work in. And so with having the Post-it on here, you want to leave just a tiny little gap so that the stamped image goes all the way up to where you want it to be. If you put it all the way up to the top, let me show you. Put it all the way up to the top and stamp. Watch, it won't do it. You'll get a gap. So it depends how close you get it. You can get a gap in there. So we're just going to put the Post-it slightly down from the edge of the stamped image that you're working with there. And I did that one in gray granite. Now we're going to pull in the Boho Blue with the other, I guess this one's really wispy, fern kind of thing that's in there. I'm just going to put that up kind of as high as the rest up here at the top and kind of in the center over to the right, just a little bit. Because I don't want this next one is going to be dark and like bigger. So I didn't want too much going on over here where I'm going to, oh, right here's a good example. Look, I didn't have a good mask on there. In fact, I didn't mask it at all. So my stem is floating up in the air. So I need to get my marker and try and draw that stem down into the pot. But there was a good example of what I was trying to tell you. So this one, I need a bigger block for this one. This one I'm going to do in the Moody Mauve. And it's juicy, so it's going to be dark. And I'm going to put this leaf here over kind of close to the edge, but not going off because I want to still make sure that it's going to be in the pot over here. I did one and I went like this and it's floating off in the air. It's not even in the pot. So and then when that dries, it will lighten up a little bit. And now we have all of our flowers, ferns, greenery. Well, it's pink and gray and bluery in the pot. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto the and I did not bring my light gray marker. I should run over and get it. Hang on, we'll do that. Just because I like to ground my stuff. So I'm just going to run this a little bit along the bottom to give the shadow. I didn't do it on this one. Give a shadow that it's sitting there. All right, so now we've got that done. We're going to take our wavy trim. Going to, you could measure how much you actually need. And I just like to do stuff the hard way sometimes. Because if your scissors are dull, that's not a very good way to do it. But then I'm going to take my liquid glue with my really fine tip applicator here. And I'm going to go just up the center line. You can see where it's kind of like sewn to hold it all together. And then I'm going to just put it on the edge there. Give it a hot second to dry. And that's why I'm also trying to keep it right on the that center line here of the thread or trim, because if it gets too much or gets off, then you might get a sticky spot on your card there. So I'm going to open that and just put them next to each other. Oops, that one's kind of starting to unravel. Okay. So I just gave that a little bit of trim. You could shake this up into different colors. This might make a very nice man card. Masculine card, I should say. I just don't know about the mauve. Might want to shake that up a little bit to you could use the copper clay or pecan or something. This pack of paper has a whole bunch of cool patterns in it. All right, so then we're going to glue that on the front. And I have got the Love and Happiness stamp set. And we're going to use Celebrating Your Anniversary. Celebrating You. And we're going to bring our Post-it note in again. And we're going to stick the Post-it note over the R and the rest of the stamp. So let me make sure I got it. Well, it's not going to stick because my Celebrating You. Okay. I'm going to stick that on there like that. Ink up the stamp. Take our Post-it note off. And then we're going to just stamp it down. And then we're going to cut it out. Cut that off. And then I popped it up on the front. Right in here. And then I have the pastel adhesive back sequins that I'm going to stick on there. Just randomly, strategically place them however you'd like. I'd probably put a couple small ones on here too. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. Although that guy looks like he's kind of down there by himself, doesn't he? I better give him another one. We'll put it down in the up here. Okay, so there's our first version of our card. And then, like I said, I've got, oh, I lied. My sample, and this one opens up, but I thought if I was doing this, you know, correctly, I'd have showed it going this way, but I forgot that I cut that one to go the other way when I cut this one. So this, you know, they should both go the same way, just for the sake of the video being the same thing with the same products, but it's still going to be a 5.5 by 4.25 card. Oh, that's why I changed it up. Oh, let me show you the sample. But we're going to shake it up to do this. Now, I know you guys have seen this fold a bajillion times, but it's just an idea for anybody that might be watching that wants to elevate a card to the next level. I think that this totally gives another feel. This is open up, it's one solid card, and this one has a fun feel to it. A little more, I don't know, dressier. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but it's just a different way of showing off the same products, I guess. And then that is why I put the gray on the inside of the other card. I said you didn't have to if you didn't want to here. You could just do the white, but I added the gray because I wanted it on this one. So we've got our card this time is 8.5 by 5.5. Score it at 4.25, and then crease on your fold. Then we're going to just fold this back. Now you could score it if you wanted to get precise, but on a card, I'm gonna say that's as simple as this. Why bring in extra tools? I guess upsell, right? You need your scoreboard out now. Upsell that scoreboard, but you don't need it. Something that simple, you don't, it's fold it in half. That's as precise as you're going to get, really, you know. So then I'm going to go ahead and glue in my back piece. That is 5.25 by 4. I'm not going to glue this piece in yet, but that one's going to go in there. Now we've got our piece for the front. And I forgot to bring over white, so I had everything written on here. So this is, again, the 5.25 by 4. And we are going to cut it down now and make 2 pieces out of it. And we're going to cut it just a little bit skinnier. So we're going to have a little bit left over because we want to leave the border. So instead of just cutting it in half at 2, we're going to cut it at 1 7/8. Then we're going to go ahead and cut this one at 1 7/8. Just to stick with our borders around the edge. And then while I'm here, we're going to do the same with this one. This one is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to cut it down to 1 5/8. So that's 2 little tickers past half. And 2 tickers past half. I can get my trimmer out of the way. So now we're just going to glue these together. Then I'm just going to put some glue on them. Yeah, this design, I see you guys talking about the design. Christy said she liked the second one and stuff. I think she said it was fantastic. Yes. Oh, it's fancier. Yes. And I just thought that this design would give somebody just a little confidence to try something a little bit bolder than what they may be used to crafting, and just going out a little bit and saying, hey, if I just fold this back, I've got another design that's fancier, looks nicer, and it's still basically in my comfort zone of, you know, not getting maybe too fancy with stuff. Like I said, I got some girls that they just want to stamp. They don't really want to get into too much fussy cutting, or not fussy cutting, but like die cutting and piecing together, and they just like to stamp, make their cards. So this kind of design would just push somebody out there a little bit to step into the next level for themselves. All right. So now we've got these two things, and we're basically now going to finish this card the same way that we finished the other one. I'm going to go ahead and put our twine stuff on. I like this wavy trim. If you guys use this wavy trim at all, really like it. It's pretty. It stays together nicely. Doesn't all fray up, even though these ends want to come apart because of where I'm cutting it. And had I probably paid better attention, I would know to cut it after this little where they crisscross. Don't cut it where they crisscross, because then you've lost the, I'm going to say, the knot at the end that holds it together. But you can push them together and push it down. And I toyed with this one too. I didn't know if there'd be another place to put the second piece of this twine. I didn't know if it would be pretty over here on this part or inside to continue the look, to put it over here, because if it's sitting out open, and I thought, you can't really see it, so I went with right there. I thought that looked like a good place for it, so I'll put a little bit extra glue on the end of that there, just to get those to stay together. Pull the tip back on. Okay. Pat that down. And this twine has got enough ropiness to it, like I'm gonna say like a burlap sack kind of to it. So using the green glue is going to work really well to hold that down in place. Just be careful, because that green glue will get all sticky. All right, now we're going to, again, pull in our pieces. 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then 4 by 2. And I'll get my, I did all the colors the same, and like I said, it's just a kind of a twofer. Exact same card, 2 different ways. Put that one down. Now we'll get our Post-it note out. Put that just below our line there. And I was also trying to notice, has anybody ever paid attention if you do which order? Like if I started in the back, I did the granite, the blue, and then the mauve, what it looked like if you did the mauve and then did the other ones on top of that. Does it really matter? Can you see the difference? Have you ever noticed? Let's see, I did try it. I think it's this one. Do you see a difference at all? I did the mauve and the blue and the granite. Whereas here I did the granite, the blue, and then the mauve. I thought this one just looked a little messier, like I don't know what the word is, because you could see it more. You could see the layers different, and so I kind of liked it better with the layers not being quite as prominent. So putting the mauve on the top, I needed that block. So we'll put this one out for our gray granite. Put that out there. Now this time I am taking half a second to clean, so. Then we'll use our blue. Some Boho Blue here. Oh, it doesn't look like I got it all. Again, I'm going to kind of heavy that over to the right-hand side. And then I got the mauve for the big, thick ferns. All right, let's put that there. We're gonna need that. Dawn's not on tonight. I hope she's feeling okay. Oh, Patty left us. Hopefully Dawn's feeling okay. I know she's been a little sick. Okay, so now we can glue that onto our base. Here. Grab our marker that I lost. There it is. All right, now I'm going to do this piece. because if I put this pot on where I want it and I get it all centered and nice, I've only got a little space down here to be precise for my words. So I'm going to do my words first, and then I've got space to worry about later. Ooh, eyes don't want to focus on this little. There's my U. Ink that up. Tear that away. Now we're going to come down here in the lower right. Just got to make sure I got all the letters in there. I'm going to come all the way to the bottom of the paper and I think I'm going to try one more time, guys. Just I want it over. Well, let me see if it's going to cover it. Yeah, it's a little too tight. A little too tight for me. What can it hurt, right? We got two sides. We'll try it again. Celebrate you. Now we want, where's my U? So my, right at that Humpty Dump there, right here. So we want to go way over here. Much better. But like I said, I only have a certain amount of space. So I'm thinking that that would be a little bit too high for where I really would want it. So now that I don't have my pot stuck on there yet, I'm good to go. And I'm just going to put some adhesive. I'm going to use my liquid here. You only want to put it on the one side. Close it up. And I'm going to put it right there. Puts the, like I said, celebrating you could even go a little bit lower. I didn't want to put that any higher, so put that down further. That's my suggestion, my tip for you on that. Just make sure you got it down at the bottom so you've got plenty of space for the flower. And then we just need to finish it off with our little gems. Or what do you call these things? They're sequins. Let's see if I can get them off with my. Probably need a new piece of putty. This little tool, so you just turn this knob. This is where the putty's at. And so if you had to replace it or put the other tool in there, you just put it in. But in order, don't screw it down or you're going to squeeze all your putty out. As you need the putty, then you squeeze it or you turn it. So I'm going to put a whole bunch on this one again. I think I like using the other tip too, though. I need to put 3 big ones. Put one more down here. And then I'm going to get some small ones. what we learn in Indiana, girls. 7. Put 7 pieces of bling on there. So I got 6, one more small one, 7. Because we like to hoard our bling, don't we? So if we put 7 on there, we're going to use it up. We're going to need to buy more rather than leaving it in the drawer and hoarding it because we are afraid to use it up. At least that's me. I buy it. I have the best of intentions of using it. And then I say, oh, no, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it for class. And yeah, let me take this out of here. And so there we have it. There's our second card. Here's the first card. All the same pieces. 2 completely different designs. Okay. Now that's it. I will see some of you on Sunday. The more the merrier. I can't wait. Got a little surprise for everybody. And again, I feel like I'm forgetting something and I don't know what it is. So if I happen to think of what it is that I need to tell you, I'll pop on my Facebook and do a little Facebook Live there. But that's it for now, you guys. Have a great evening. I'm planning to be back next week. And maybe if I get time, I'll have a Finally Friday, but kind of busy. So don't look for it and just be extra surprised that there's a bonus if I do get it done. So that's it. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks.